we are kicking things off with major football news. Florida State and Georgia have officially announced that they are working in good faith to schedule a 2028 neutral site game in Tampa after canceling their home-and-home series. This is huge news for the rivalry, and we have all the details on how these two programs are negotiating for that future matchup.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSockets Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, Georgia football is making a massive scheduling adjustment for the 2027 and 2028 seasons. The Bulldogs have mutually agreed to cancel their home-and-home series against the Florida State Seminoles, shifting the focus entirely toward finding a neutral site contest in the near future. We break down what this means for the Bulldogs' upcoming slate and their path to the SEC championship. The recruiting battle is heating up as America's #2 defensive lineman, Marcus Fakatou, names his top 5 schools, putting the Georgia Bulldogs squarely in the conversation. Fakatou listed Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame, and Oregon as his top targets, signaling a major potential defensive upgrade for the Bulldogs. Finally, we look at the recruiting landscape with safety Adryan Cole explaining why Georgia is one of his top schools heading into a summer of SEC official visits. Don't miss a second of this analysis, and stay locked in with us for all the latest football developments. Florida State University and the University of Georgia are actively working towards scheduling a neutral site football game in Tampa in 2028, following the cancellation of their previously scheduled home-and-home series. The decision to cancel the series stems from commitments made by both institutions to play 9 conference games under SEC and ACC guidelines. According to a public records request obtained by Channel YouTube, the cancellation agreement confirms that FSU and Georgia are currently negotiating with Tampa for the 2028 matchup. The parties have mutually agreed to terminate their existing contract and all associated payment requirements. Despite the end of the home-and-home series, both universities have committed to working in good faith to secure a neutral site football game in Tampa, Florida, for 2028. Industry sources indicate that the potential game is attracting significant attention from streaming outlets, including Netflix, mirroring the successful broadcast deal previously secured by Amazon Prime for Duke basketball games. Historically, the rivalry between the two programs has seen limited regular season matchups since 1965, with FSU holding a 10-3 advantage. The most recent head-to-head contests have occurred in bowl games, including 2 consecutive Georgia victories in the 2023 Orange Bowl and 2003 Sugar Bowl, preceded by a 17-17 tie in 1984. Noi Dung Kai Tight. The University of Georgia has announced a significant scheduling adjustment for the 2027 and 2028 seasons, canceling its previously scheduled home-and-home series against ACC rival Florida State University. The decision, announced on Thursday, signals a strategic shift in how the two programs will compete, though both institutions remain committed to future matchups. /N/N in a statement released by the program, Georgia confirmed the mutual agreement to cancel the series. Director of Athletics Josh Brooks stated, "The Bulldogs and Seminoles have mutually agreed to cancel the school's home-and-home series scheduled for 2027 and 2028, with the focus shifting to a future neutral site contest between the two programs." Brooks added that the universities are actively working to determine plans for a neutral site game in the near future. Expressing optimism about further discussions with Florida State. /N/N looking ahead, the Bulldogs' immediate schedule features several high-profile contests. The season kicks off on September 5th with a home game against Tennessee State at Sanford Stadium, followed by a trip to play Arkansas on September 19th. The schedule builds intensity in October with a gauntlet featuring Alabama, Auburn, Florida, and Ole Miss in quick succession, with an open date scheduled for October 24th. A notable neutral site matchup is slated for October 31st against Florida. /N Georgia's 2026 slate includes key matchups such as a contest against Oklahoma on September 26th, a game against Vanderbilt on October 3rd, and a home game against Florida on October 31st, which will be held at a neutral site. The team will culminate their regular season with the SEC championship game on December 5th in Atlanta. /N preseason projections are varied, but many analysts suggest a favorable outlook for the Bulldogs, with some predicting a 9 or 10-game winning season. Spencer Davis of Saturday Down South characterized the schedule as /Georgia-friendly, noting that while the schedule is challenging, including 9 SEC games and a rivalry game against Georgia Tech, the Bulldogs are positioned as heavy favorites, particularly during the Kirby Smart era. Georgia Bulldogs are making significant strides in recruiting elite defensive talent, with number 2 defensive lineman Marcus Fakatou naming the school as one of his top 5 targets. According to Hayes Fawcett, the 5-star defensive lineman, who is in the class of 2027, listed the Georgia Bulldogs alongside Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame, and Oregon in his top schools. Fakatou, a 6'7", 275-pound prospect from Sierra Canyon High School in California, is ranked as the number 2 defensive lineman and the number 32 recruit of his class. Despite being geographically closest to Oregon, Rivals' prediction model suggests a commitment to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, who currently rank as the nation's number 5 recruiting class, with Fakatou potentially being their top recruit. Fakatou brings a background in rugby to the recruiting landscape. This development comes as Georgia's overall recruiting efforts in this area face challenges. The Bulldogs' current recruiting class is the number 22 nationally, and while they have secured some 5-star talent, including running back Kemon Spell, cornerback Daunt Wright, and tight end Jackson Dollar, the class has only 7 recruits. Crucially, Georgia currently lacks a committed defensive line player in this class. Historically, the program has a strong track record, having secured 8 5-star defensive line end commits since Kirby Smart's first recruiting class in 2016, and at least 1 5-star commitment in 8 of his 10 subsequent classes. The pursuit of talent like Fakatou signals a potential shift in Georgia's defensive line recruiting trajectory. Adryan Cole is keenly feeling the competitive intensity from Georgia as he prepares for a summer filled with SEC official visits. In an interview with On3, Cole elaborated on why the University of Georgia stands out as one of his top collegiate destinations. Cole provided insights into the factors that make Georgia a compelling choice for him as he navigates the landscape of top-tier college recruitment during this crucial summer period.